All right, good morning, Alta agents. This is Kevin Lauren. I'm the Director of Training and Marketing. And today we're going to go over the agent marketing system, all the tools that it comes with, and all of the good things you can do with the agent marketing system. So today will be a good overview for some of you. For our new agents, it might be a brand new, info for you guys, but everybody should benefit from this because I know that some of you, even though you have the agent marketing system, aren't using all the bells and whistles. So before I get into today's presentation, I want to bring Bill Seitz from Clearview Mortgage on the line. Good morning, Bill. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Good morning, Kevin.
All right. And let's see, do we also have Cameron joining us today?
I'm not sure if Cam's going to be on, but if not, I can hold down the fort.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. So first of all, of course, we want to welcome all of our agents. Want to welcome some of our new agents, Dave Stockton, good morning, and some of our other new agents. So it's always good to have you guys joining us. Sheppy 101, I'm not sure who you are, but welcome. So Bill, what's going on in the mortgage land today?
Well, as I look at the financials here at CNBC and look at the market, it's actually interesting that the 10 years gone up. It's hovering just over 1.5. It's at 1.52 and change, and that's been a pretty decent rise from previous weeks, and it hasn't been that high since middle to the end of June. Wow. So we've crept up a little bit. Obviously, mortgage rates are still very attractive, but I did price out a loan that we're working on here at Clearview, and the cost of it went up $9,000 for a high balance loan. So it's definitely more expensive, and it'll be interesting to see if this trends back down in the next few days, or if it kind of holds true or even clicks up even further. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. And we're about where we were middle of June, late spring, for mortgage rates.
Yeah, interesting. Just it's always good to see these graphs, right? I'm kind of a visual learner, so when I look at graphs, they kind of help me understand the picture. So yeah, we had a little peak up in April, kind of extending into May and June, and then it dropped. But yeah, it definitely looks like we're on the way back up, huh?
Yeah, and hopefully this is short-lived. It's still a great time to consolidate debt, still a good time to pay off whatever credit cards or whatever needs to happen. But take advantage of that record equity and get things cleaned up.
For sure. I did.
Yeah, you did. Yep, we helped you get that done. So that's got to take a monkey off your back.
I breathe a little easier.
Also, I wanted to let everyone know we got signed up with a new bank, Redstone Financial. Actually, yesterday I got my login. So what's nice about Redstone is they have a 40-year loan term product, which some people that may really be interested in having lower payment, traditional, obviously people that are conservative go 30 years, but stretching out that mortgage term to 40 years might be attractive to some people, where many banks don't really offer that. So it's kind of a cool product that we have here now, and I'll kind of fill everybody in more as I kind of get more familiar with their product lines.
No, that's perfect. And I apologize today, guys. I'm under the weather. I've been sick since Saturday, so I apologize if I break into a coughing fit, which is periodic for me the last couple of days.
A coughing fit with a couple beads of sweat coming down the front of your forehead.
Totally. I'm fine.
Well, and then lastly, Kevin, we're going to put together a presentation for next week on how our realtor partners can work with Clearview and everyone really benefit from that relationship. So I think we're going to have Sean from UWM on, and we're going to outline a nice presentation for everybody.
No, that'll be great. Looking forward to that, Bill. All right, perfect. Well, Bill, appreciate you bringing us up to speed on what's happening out there in mortgage land. Still it's historically cheap money. So I know a lot of your clients maybe have not refied still, and they still have a great opportunity to do so. So don't hesitate to contact Bill or Cameron or Rick or Jan or any of the people on the Clearview Mortgage team, and they can get you guys set up. All right, go ahead, Bill. Okay, so anyway, going forward, real quick, just wanted to touch base on Loop. Everybody's been doing a great job. So it's still a little bit of a transition, period, and a couple speed bumps there, but we're getting the system dialed in. CDAs are getting produced, all that good stuff. So please continue to use Loop. If you have questions, Loop is really good to contact directly. And literally, I think the support phone number is the easiest thing to do. I'm still using it. A lot of the agents are using it. So don't hesitate to, contact Loop support directly and just get them on the phone. A lot of times they can just clear up your problems in seconds. So don't hesitate to do that. So this morning, we're going to be going through the agent marketing system. As most of you know that are part of our program 2, you have access to this agent marketing system. It basically contains our websites, our CRM, our single property websites, and our text messaging and email marketing systems. So this is kind of a one-stop shop spot for us. And the agents that have been utilizing the system are really finding it easy to use, and they're able to get their marketing out there very effectively. So the first part of the agent marketing system that is the most important is the website systems. So it's a very, very interesting system that we have, because we're able to create multiple websites if we want. Most of our agents just need one website. However, some agents are doing business in different areas, or they're doing, they have different communities that they're servicing. Some agents, have a summer home somewhere and they do business while they're, somewhere else. And so, this system gives us the ability and the flexibility to be able to create different websites if we need them. So Charles has chosen to create a website for each of the communities that he represents. And he does very specific marketing and uses these websites as landing pages for when he's doing a particular bit of marketing. And so Charles does Google ads, he does retargeting, and he also does Facebook ads. So that kind of trifecta is what he chooses to use for his marketing mix. But you'll notice that the websites, even if you only want to use one website, you have the ability to create as many pages as you want in that website. So each of your websites can contain pages for different areas. So in Charles's example, he makes sure that he has tons of really good content on his websites that are a resource for his clients. So he's constantly sending his clients to his website. Client has a question about a certain thing, he a lot of times will send them a link to a specific page within his site. So we can add as many pages as we want. All we have to do is click add page. We have a bunch of different templated pages that the system comes with. And so these are kind of the common pages. You can create a testimonial page, which I think every agent should have. You can create a blog page, which also every agent should have. And you can create just basic information pages. You can create a 1-column page, 2-column page, etc. It makes it really easy to build out. So I want you guys to experiment with that. The most important pages that I think that agents should be creating on their website are IDX search pages and community pages. So these are pages that you can, create on your website. And when somebody comes to that page, they're able to see a search of homes, or they're able to look at information about a particular community. So that can be really important, because a lot of times your clients know exactly what community that they would like to look at. And so it's really nice to be able to send them a link to a community page that shows them all the stuff that is, going on in that community. Schools, obviously homes that are available, homes that have sold in that area, So community pages are very, very important for us to build out. Also, of course, it's a great idea to have just some information pages. So all of these mortgage pages, they just have some basic information that you can create a page on any of these items. And then if your client has a question about a mortgage topic, you can send them to a link on your page, and obviously connect them with Clearview Mortgage, have them answer the questions. But a lot of times it's great to have some general information about mortgages and loans and budgeting and all that kind of stuff on your website. So again, you're using your website as a resource for your clients, just builds more value for you. So let me just get out of here. So those are the pages. Very, very easy to create pages, very easy to create content. So I encourage you all to, if you haven't, gone into your agent marketing system and created some additional pages, really think it's a good idea to get in there and do that. So getting back to our dashboard, everything kind of, when you log in, it all starts with the dashboard. The second most important area of our website, and arguably the first most important, is the leads area in our client CRM. So the CRM, of course, is a client relations management system. So this is where we can keep track of everybody that's coming to our website, and we can make sure that we are in communication with all these different people. And we want to make sure that all of these people that are in our database, let me just open up one of these. We always want to make sure that everybody in our database is, let it wake up. But we want to make sure everybody's receiving our newsletters. So in our, let me just see if I can, well, there we go. So in our CRM actual page for this client, we always want to make sure that this monthly newsletter is turned on. So that way, at a minimum, this client or this prospect is going to get a once a month communication from us, which is really important to stay top of mind, especially if we acquired this client or we acquired this prospect through marketing. And so you'll see in this little past notes area, this person filled out a form on Charles's oclakeside.com website and wanted some information. What's the lowest priced home? How much is the HOA? Perfect. So of course, Charles got back to this person immediately, answered the question, but now we may not be in contact with this person, or maybe that was the only communication that we had. Well, a lot of people kind of fall off the radar, right? Well, at a minimum, we at least want to be serving that person a monthly newsletter so we stay top of mind with them. We know from years of marketing experiences, lots of times we'll make a communication with, a first communication with someone, and we won't get a sale out of that person for 6 months or a year. It's definitely not unheard of to make a communication like this and then eventually down the line make a sale. So we have to just establish that communication at least on a monthly basis. So close this. So the CRM system and being able to make sure that everybody's getting a monthly communication is very, very important. Another important thing with our CRM is we're able to create a custom IDX search for that client. So say we got that person on the line and Charles has done this, and we understand that Ephraim is interested in homes in the $800,000 to $1.2 million range, and he wants to, be looking at properties near Lakeside. So this person now gets and all we have to do if we wanted to add a different search, or if we hadn't created an IDX search yet, is we just click this Add New button. And so it's a really another good way to stay top of mind, because when we create this search, this person now is going to get an email at least once a week, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, and it's going to show them properties in their area, especially ones that just popped up that are in their price range. So they're going to be now getting at least a once a week communication with properties in their price range in their area. And they're going to be getting that once a month newsletter. So even if we never talk to this person again, we're communicating. The agent marketing system is doing its job. It's communicating with these prospects. So, and then of course, the other part of the CRM is we can, create tasks for this person. We can create notes. We can make sure that we have plans. We can make sure that we have, every single person in your database, they should have at least a task of contacting them about once a quarter. Or the way it should work is at the beginning, you're contacting them, maybe even once every other day. Then it moves down to once a week. And if you haven't talked to them, then maybe it moves down to once a quarter. Just making sure that, I'm getting you all the information. Hope you're doing well. Hope the kids are well. Just a brief communication like that would be necessary at that point. So that's the CRM system. There's tons more to it. And of course, if you schedule an appointment with me and you're part of our program too, we can go through those things as needed. So the next part I'd like to go over is the text area. So everybody that has an agent marketing system has the ability to create as many text codes as you want. Now, what do I mean by that? So in Charles's case, if you send a text message to 79564 with the message OC Lakeside, you're going to get a link to your phone to one of his properties. And so in this case, if you do that, you're going to be given a link to a tour of the Lakeside area. So these text message systems, they can be used for all kinds of stuff. So the best thing that I want everybody to use these for is creating a sign rider on your for sale signs. So outside of your property, you've got your for sale sign, and you'll have a sign rider on the top that says text the word OC Lakeside to 79564 to see all the information about this property. And so then, of course, we're going to be sending a link to the single property website that we create for that property. And I'll get into the single property websites in one sec. So all we have to do anytime we have a new listing is we just change out the URL where we're sending someone. So if we create this nice sign rider, we can use it over and over again, because all we have to do within our system is just send the viewer to a different URL, and we can send them anywhere we want. So I encourage everybody to get experimental with this. So like I said, Charles is now putting this information on communications that he sends to his clients. And so he'll have something, in the bottom of his email that says, oh, by the way, text the word OC Lakeside to 79564 to see the tour of the Lakeside community. And so he's created a nice YouTube video that, and he's a drone guy. So he's got his own drone. And so he's got great drone footage of the Lakeside community, and he's got all kinds of cool stuff that he's created on a YouTube video. So you guys can create anything you want, and you can send anybody anywhere you want using these text codes. So really, really powerful to be able to, create these text writers on our for sale signs. And then of course, the most important thing is when someone does drive by our listing, they put in that, the text code, and they do that, and they receive the information about that property. Well, guess what? They end up in our CRM system. So, and of course, we won't have their phone number, but we'll have their phone number, and we'll be able to text back to them and say, hey, did you get all the information you needed? And you don't want to pester people, but you do want to make sure that you are answering questions that they have. And the text message marketing is slightly more invasive. So you want to be a little bit, not so forceful with it. You want to use it, but you don't. Once you have somebody's, phone number, you don't want to just continually text them, incessantly. So just want to be a little bit respectful when we're using our text message marketing. So another thing that the agent marketing system comes with is the ability for us to create QR codes. I went over this briefly the other week. So we're seeing QR codes come back in a big way since COVID. Now you go to a restaurant and, half the time they don't give you a menu. They just say, hey, scan this QR code and you're going to get the menu on your phone. So we can do that here. We can create URL. We can put in, whatever kind of little text we want here, and we can forward that person to wherever we want. So, and you're starting to see this on TV too. So on TV commercials or on the news, they'll say, they'll have a big QR code, on the screen, and they'll say, scan this QR code. You'll scan it from your couch, and all of a sudden on your phone, you're reading whatever, message, or you're on the website that they sent you to. So you can get really creative with this technology as well. You can put this on business cards. You can put this on flyers. You can put this on videos like we were talking about. You can put, a QR code on a YouTube video and say, hey, for more information, scan this code, and leave the code up for, 15, 20 seconds. And then people can easily, without saying, okay, what was that URL, and typing the URL into their phone, you can just scan it with your phone. And of course, these days, all smartphones, the camera feature is what you use to scan a QR code. Back in, 2-3 years ago, you had to download a QR code app. And so half the people didn't know what to do. It was kind of weird. Now the technology's come forward, so we are seeing that the QR codes come back. So definitely experiment with the QR codes. They are dynamic, they're fun to use, and people like to use them. So the next most important part of the website system and the agent marketing system is the single property websites. So when you get a listing, it's very important to be able to create a single property website that showcases that listing. So these websites are very, very good looking. They are, they look professional. They have all the information that we'll need. They, come with a gallery, tours, property maps, payment information, and you can even put in, area schools. You can put in all kinds of demographics about the area. They also come with a quick brochure that you can print, and even, people that come to the website, they can download it as a PDF. They can download it as an image. So you get a very quick property flyer as part of the system as well. And these flyers and these websites are all completely customizable, as you can imagine. So we can really, make these things look good. And so obviously it's important to have these single property websites and to be able to send people to these single property websites with a QR code, with a text message code that is on the sign writer. So very important. And you guys know this, your sellers love technology. Your sellers love when you tell them that you're going to be able to collect, client information and prospect information from people that are passing by and just, entering that code. So, and within these single property websites, there's tons of other tools. We can create open house times on the website. We can create a portal where when you're doing your open houses, you can have people register for the open house. That way you're a couple things. You're, making sure that you're capturing prospect information, and you're keeping track of people that are coming in and out of a house. A lot of sellers like that because of security, right? So a lot of different things can be done with these single property websites. I really encourage you guys to get in there and check it all out. A great place to start is in this resources tab right here. So there's a ton of strategies right here. And it's a really good idea to go through these. They're very, very well done. And as you can see, there's strategies for buyers, open houses, niches, social media, SEO, closing and moving. So just a lot of good information that you can, and in some of these cases, you can provide a lot of this information to your clients. So it's basically a treasure trove of information, and it's a good hub for us to keep track of everything going on in our business. So that is the basics of the agent marketing system. And of course, I encourage everybody to, come to me when you have questions. You can also go directly to agent marketing support. The phone number is right here, 949-328-5000. They've worked very, very well. The online chat, I've noticed that they've been a little bit more busy. So I think using the phone support is maybe the best way to get an answer quickly. But you can also, even if they're offline, you just click here and you're able to, at least leave them a message, and they are good at getting back to you. So Bill, any takeaways from our agent marketing system for our agents?
It's a treasure trove.
It really is.
I like that one. No, what I like about it, Kevin, is it's a comprehensive platform, full spectrum marketing, basically the platform that you can really, if you master it, and we've been working with this platform for many, many years, but as you get more familiar with it, it's just so easy when you sit down with a seller, you sit down with a client, say, hey, what's your plan for selling my home? You can go through a number of these, number of these features that your sellers will be impressed with. They're like, wow, my agent knows what they're doing. They know how to lead capture. They know how to do a sign writer. They know how to digitally, push it out with QR codes. If you can master this stuff, you become so much more powerful than just the average agent that doesn't utilize this technology.
For sure. And, just like you just said, it also does come with a listing presentation that goes through every aspect of the agent marketing system for your clients. So you can go through this, sit down with a client, and you can say, the client says, okay, how are you going to market my property? And you can just go through this little slideshow, and it's just good talking points on exactly what you're about to do to market their property and to get top dollar for it. Right?
It's a no-brainer. I mean,
Yeah.
It really is. And if you're a listing agent and you're not using these sign writers, I mean, I think that's crazy. I don't know how you wouldn't just utilize that funnel to leverage more business. You know what I mean?
It's a big mistake, Bill. It's a huge mistake.
Yeah, because you're letting deals slip through the cracks or slip through and I mean, it could end up being a deal a quarter, or it could end up being more than that. But that's going to affect your bottom line. And so the more we can use this stuff, the more profitable we're going to be, and the more referrals we're going to get. And that's really the crux of it.
Yeah. And so, obviously we all know there are other more robust systems out there, and we've tried them, KV Core and some of these other ones. And honestly, the agents just don't adopt them. This system is very intuitive. It's very easy to use. You can't break anything. Some of those other systems, like you do something wrong, you mess up the whole thing. So this is a very, very easy system to use. I'm not going to discount it. It's still technical. It's still, a lot to it, but it is not that hard of a system to master. So really I do expect for you guys to get in there and spend some time and to learn the system, because it is going to help you guys a lot.
And then to that point, Kevin, I mean, there's a point where the technology is just too much. It's overkill. You don't need to, people can try to sell you, this and that, but for functional use that delivers results, that's user friendly. This is the platform. I mean, I haven't come across anything that's better.
No, you're right. And then, the system actually does integrate with other systems. So, I do have a few agents that are using LionDesk. It integrates with LionDesk. So you can still use the websites and the text message features and all the different things, and then just have all those leads go into LionDesk if you need a slightly more robust, CRM per se. So it does have that ability as well. So, if you are one of those agents that really wants to advance, your position within the community, you want your communications to be just a tiny bit more effective, you can also just use LionDesk. And it just has a little bit more functionality with respect to the email drip campaigns, and they have their own text message marketing campaigns as well. So if you have to go the extra level, then we have that solution as well. So guys, that is the end of our presentation today. If you have specific questions, don't ever hesitate to contact me directly. And we look forward to having you guys on the webinar next week. We're going to be going through our CVM loyalty program with our agents, and we'll be going over a couple of the new products that CVM is bringing into us. So looking forward to that. With that, get out there, have a great week, make it a great and productive week, and we'll see you next week on the webinar. Bye-bye.